Morgan tells about Jenny. She was from North Carolina. They had met in Raleigh. She really hated water. He didn't know and spent half a paycheck to rent a boat. Her family and his brother were together. It was a small ceremony, and all were in agreement about the marriage. He really didn't sleep for nearly 3 months. Dwayne wanted to get a dog. He was a very bad baseball player. He liked comics. On Father's Day, he made him a card. He had all his and her good traits. When you grow up, you think about what's life? You start believing myths, but when a child comes, it changes everything. Al is here. They're out of range for 2 days and have, for the first time, come so far west and are getting low on fuel. He insists on placing a few more boxes. She agrees. They get to the truck. Suddenly, Al takes out a gun and takes cover. She kept 3 fuel cans. A man is filling his vehicle. They just want their fuel back. He's scared. Morgan asks him to lower his knife, and he does. Now he asks where does he want to go? Riders are here. They hide inside the van. There are 3 of them. Al counts them as 4 using the camera. She gets out to take the gas cap but can't reach it. The rider is almost here. He's here. They stay low. The rider is unable to look inside due to the mist, and his fellows call him to leave. Al asks him to start talking now. Morgan says they'll help. He says they had said the same. Grace is listening to a podcast and taking solar panels out. She's listening to Don Quixote by Cervantes. He hasn't found anything useful yet, and even if he does, there's no space left in the truck. He just saw a crate of Fanta. She asks, grape or orange? He laughs. The convoy is going to need solar panels for their future home. He's going to look for some records inside, and it is orange. Someone is on the radio. She gets to him. It was a call from the convoy about the oil fields. A fat man says, I'll tell, but what is this recording for? He's Tom from Paradise Ridge. He says recording isn't going to help. Morgan says he can trust them. It's a condo complex, a few dozen people used to live there, and he was the president of the housing association. He was chosen because no one else stood against him. 2 weeks later, the apocalypse happened. He was just lucky to have security and had rooms for everyone. They used to filter the pool's water and grew vegetables on the roof. And then he got unlucky. Water started to go bad, food stopped growing, the fence fell, and the roof started leaking. They were about to leave when the riders came and offered to fix everything there. They blamed him for the state of that place and said they were trying to build something bigger for not today, but tomorrow. They wanted to kill him and his sister. Janice is still there and is in danger. She asks him to repeat that future statement. Al says they'll get her out. Here is Paradise Ridge. A rider kills an undead, the door opens and the riders get in. A man removes the undead and closes the door. Al is here and notices that they're coming and going every 2 hours. They wanted to hide the purpose of this place from him. Al wants to go right now. Morgan says, you have to get there for the story, not for his sister, right? She wants him to take him along somewhere safe. She says it's not for a story, she has to know about something else from here. She leaves. It has gotten dark, and the man is removing undead, and the riders get inside. Al is leading an undead, but Morgan kills it. He says she's not going in alone. He asks, how will they find her? He always trusted her. She can as well. He says with Jenny, tapes, Dwayne. She asks why he doesn't want to go back to the convoy. She says he's doing the same thing he had done in the first interview, running from something but doesn't know what. They attract undead. She asks him to try not killing it. The transmission is fried due to the overweight. Grace informs Tess that they will be late to reach the rendezvous point. Grace says they should have been there. Now she blames this overweight on herself. Daniel says 1 year ago he was like her. There's no way to know what's going to happen. There's a place a few miles from here to stay, so they take stuff, including his records and cat. There's an undead at the gate. The guard kills it while they get inside. He pulls it. They're inside, touches the horse, and they hide as a few trucks enter along with riders. It's their tanker, but not anymore. He was avoiding going to the convoy, and if something bad has happened to the convoy, he's responsible. She gives some hints about Isabella, so they split to fulfill their purpose. It's Skidmark's dinner time. For a long time, only it was with him. For a while, he thought it'll all keep going like this. Undeads come out of the bushes. They kill a few, but there are too many, so they get out of there, leaving the records behind. Morgan enters a door and calls for Janice. Checks the bedroom. Hears something. She's not here. Someone is here. Al proceeds while Morgan sees the door. She breaks the door handle and enters inside, turns on the light, and records tasks on the board. Morgan holds the handle and opens it. An undead woman comes out and falls down the balcony. Morgan tells her about this and says they need to get out of here right now. A guard is passing. An undead attacks, and both fall into the pool right down to the bottom. Tries to get out but is pulled back down. He kills it, and both get out. Lights on, and both know very well how to make an entry, Ginny says. The air conditioner is on. Someone radios they are on their way. They have seen this place. Al says we should leave. Ginny is here after dealing with the pool, asks strawberry or apricot to taste. They make both. They can taste both. She knows Morgan and Al from the tape and introduces herself. She asks, "Reason to come?" Janice ran behind her brother and left a surprise in the room. She tells their friends are fine, except Logan if he was a friend as well. They both want to help people. The difference is they kill, Morgan's don't. She says she can. Mentioning his hard time with dealing with family's memories, he should talk to MFT Miss Pfeiffer. Al asks how bigger settlements are, and if they have helicopters. She just got a gas supply yesterday, and wonders where such a thing in her mind came from. They proceed towards the door. She wants her to show these tapes to as many people as she can. Seems like they'll not agree on anything, Ginny says. She whistles, and two people bring their bag, knives, walkie, and his fixed new wood. She has a wood maker here. He said it'll not break now. They leave while she watches them kill undeads. She says this is our future. You might not see it now. They leave, and she says behind them, go and wander on roads. Grace wakes up Danny. It's not Cinnabon, but is similar to it. She's sorry for his records. He brought them for Charlie. When he decided to not leave alone anymore, the reason was Charlie. He thought he would leave behind his daughter, but things don't happen as we want. He asks her to take care of her if something happens to him. Grace says, I'll try to find someone else first. Morgan is pissing her off. She thought she'll help him but couldn't. He tells when he saw him smiling in the mall. She has done more than she thinks. He wanted to make Charlie listen to Wilburys. She learned some in childhood and maybe can teach Charlie together. She starts it slowly. Well, it's all right. Riding around with the breeze. Well, it's all right. Well, it's all right. Living life as you please. Well, it's all right. Doing best that I can. Well, it's all right. As long as you lend a hand. Morgan and Al are on their way along with Tom. He's sorry that they kept looking for Janice the entire night instead of their people. Morgan told and will help. They are low on fuel. He refills the tank. He is wondering and asks, do you want that person you went inside for? She wants her. And where is she? Where is she from? She's worried about her. She used to talk about future things as well, but Ginny is doing something else. He adds, Ginny is not the only one who's stuck with the past at any cost. He thinks he doesn't need to do it anymore. He's fine now. Gets on the side to call for Grace. He wants to talk to her. It's Daniel. She was all right, but suddenly she has gotten sick. She talks to him. She says she's fine but can't be said anything. What she was worried about, maybe it's happening. Danny tells that they're at a bar south of 290 Junction. She is hoping to meet him again and want to see his smile again. But she thinks she's low on time. She thanks him to stand by her.